morning, dear student. I, Kapil Sharma, again welcome you in online classes of Buddha International School. Dear student, as you know well that we are discussing about the second chapter of civics, that is ideals of secularism. In last all lectures you have seen that we have discussed about what is secularism, how a religion should be separated from the state. Then after, why a state should not interfere in the matter of religion, complete fundamental rights, and to be a good citizen of India, what are a few fundamental duties. About all these things we have discussed. Today we can say the last topic of this chapter and last lecture of this chapter, we can say, about which we are going to discuss, and that is, my dear student, rights of the marginalized communities. Rights of the marginalized communities. So first of all, before going to start this topic, here we should know about marginalized. Who are marginalized? See, my dear student, the very big question is there, because you know very well rights, communities also you know very well, but marginalized, who are marginalized? See, the people who are economically and socially section of a society. Economically means in terms of money, income, in terms of their economic level, income level we can call, and socially means in society also they are very weak. They are not able to stand with those are having the good income level, we can say rich people. If you talk about in the society, so obviously we know very well, if they will economically weak, definitely in society also the people will be somewhere discriminated, not able to stand with those people, those are somewhere privileged in the society. So in simple terms we can say marginalized, who are economically and socially the weaker section of the society is there, that is known as a marginalized. Who are marginalized? SC, ST and OBC. SC, ST and OBC names are common, I think you all have heard, and you know very well that the student who is sitting nearby you belongs to SC community, because in every section you also know, and I also have noticed that definitely 5, 6, 10 students are there in every section. They belongs to any of the particular community, that is SC, ST and OBC. So here it is also compulsory to know that who are SC, ST and OBC. So SC, my dear student, known as scheduled caste. ST, my dear student, scheduled tribe. Tribe you know very well, especially the people those are living in forest areas, known as Adivashi people also, and OBC, other backward caste. Again I am repeating, the full form of SC, ST and OBC, they are known as a marginalized. Why they are known as marginalized communities? Because they are economically and socially weaker section of the society. They are very weak in terms of income level, in terms of their caste also they are discriminated in the society, and that's why SC, ST and OBC, they are considered as a marginalized community of the society. Full form of SC, again I am repeating, scheduled caste. Full form of ST, scheduled tribe, means related to tribal people, and OBC means other backward caste. They are known as marginalized community of our society. I hope, my dear student, the meaning of marginalized, who was marginalized, full form of SC, ST and OBC. Now you can check yourself that by which caste you belong. One more thing I want to clear here, my dear student. Don't take it otherwise that somewhere you belong to SC, ST and OBC, because right now the situation of these all marginalized is very nice and excellent one. Why? Because our government has taken the headache, and we can say taken this cause to uplift their situation in the society. And right now we can say really the SC, ST and OBC, they are progressing. They are also having the same kind of, we can say, status in the society, because they provided so many provisions by the constitution as well as the government, and they are taken the advantage of this. So right now their condition is really very nice, we can say. But here we should know that what kind of efforts, what kind of provisions are there, they are specially taken by the government to uplift the situation of SC, ST and OBC. So see well, my dear student, here is the list of all the special actions taken by the government to bring them in the mainstream of the society, to uplift the status of SC, ST and OBCs. That's why today their situation, their condition is excellent one. So here it is compulsory to know the special provisions, special rule and regulation, those are made by the government to protect the rights of SC, ST and OBCs. So one by one here we are going to start about all the provisions. Those are specially made by our government and the part of our constitution, and they are really very beneficial to uplift the situation of SC, ST and OBCs. So number one is there, my dear student. Article 17 of our Indian Constitution is especially related to this only. And what it is saying? That Article 17 of the Indian Constitution declares that untouchability has been declared as an offence. Untouchability Act of 1955, I already explained in last lecture. You know very well, untouchability means earlier, especially the people belongs to SC caste, they are known as untouchables. Untouchables, that if you are going to touch, you also be going to become like this caste, like SC candidates only. These are kind of prejudice and superstitious things, we can say, of the people of that time. They think so, but it's not so, you know well. That's why Mahatma Gandhi also taken the cause of these untouchables, and they have given the title Harijan to untouchables. Means they are not SC people are there, they are not untouchables, they are Harijans, means the children of a God. They are also just like us, their blood is also red, and why we are going to discriminate? It should not be there. Then after, you know very well, Untouchability Act passed in 1955, and Article 17 is especially for this only, my dear student, that if still you are practicing untouchability, yeah, you have witnessed, you have observed wherever you are living in any society, that peoples on the name of this, they are doing the discrimination, it is a offense, punishable offense, my dear student, that you will be get the punishment as well as you have to go in jail even. Why? Because now untouchability is strictly prohibited by Untouchability Act. This is what a kind of good initiative taken by the government, and in our constitution also this act is there. Why, my dear student? Especially to protect the right of a SC people, they are earlier known as untouchable. Number 2, Article 46, that states that the government shall take care of education and economic interest of SCs, means scheduled caste, STs, scheduled tribe, and protect them from social injustices and exploitation. So Article 46, this article is especially for what? Economic interest of SC and ST and education. You know very well, SC, ST people, they are not able to get the proper education. Why? Because of money issue, because they are economically very weak. So they are not able to afford the fees. Even many of them, they are not able to get the proper education because of their poverty. So simply for their education and economic interest, that they are getting proper employment or not. For this, maybe by providing them reservation, by reserving the particular seats in every department of the government. Our government is trying especially to protect their rights by this article 46. So see my dear student, this article is especially for this only, that they should get the proper education and their economic interest, that they are having the employment or not, they are fully protected by this article. Number 2 is there social injustice and exploitation. This article also prohibited protecting them from social injustice. It is going to look that in society any kind of injustice is going on. Maybe they are discriminated on the basis of color, discriminated because of their caste, discriminated because of their kind of manual scavenging type work, we can say. And the people, those are belonging from dominant class, the rich people, we can say, if they are exploiting their rights by torturing them, by making them slave, by not giving them their whatever kind of wages for the work is there, if any kind of exploitation is there, and if any kind of social injustice if they are facing, for this also the article 46 is there, that is especially for the SC and ST caste people, that is going to look economic level as well as they are getting the proper education, and in society they are treated well or not. If somewhere the exploitation is there, my dear student, then by this article 46 definitely the actions will be taken against those are involving in these kind of injustice practices of the society. Next provision is there, some job in government also reserved for SC ST, like for SC 15% seats are there, 12% seat for ST, and for OBC 27% seats are there. See my dear student, today if you will see that if any of kind of government job announcement is there, any kind of news related to job, if you will find, you will see like in newspaper also sometimes related to different vacancies are there, you will find that for SC, ST and OBC a few seats are there, they reserved. For example, suppose for the post of teacher, if 100 vacancies are there, so out of 100, 15 for SC, 12% for ST, and 27% seats are there, they reserved for SC, ST and OBC only. Means if someone belongs to a general category, they people have no right to go with these seats. But these SC, ST and OBC, they can enjoy the reserved seat as well as they can go for the general seats also. Why? Because this is a kind of provisions that general peoples are there, they cannot occupy the seats of a SC, ST and OBC, but they have right to occupy the seat. Somewhere maybe you are against this system, but what can be done? This is a kind of provision of our Indian constitution that is written there, that to provide them proper job, that they can also get the equal chance to gain the government jobs. That's why in almost in all department we can say, whenever the any kind of post vacancies are there, definitely a few seats are there, like 15, 12 and 27%, they are reserved for SC, ST and OBC. And what the intention behind, my dear student, the only one that somewhere they can also get the equal chance in the government jobs, and they can uplift their situation, their condition, whatever is there. National Commission for the SC and ST, NHRD National Commission is also there, that is going to look after the issue related to SC and ST, that has been set up to safeguard their rights. Okay, see my dear student, if SC and ST, if somewhere the discrimination, if their rights are exploited, then this commission is there, National Commission, that is going to look after whatever the issues are there related to SC and ST. Who is the member of this National Commission? The Chief Justice, former Chief Justice of Supreme Court, former Judge of the Supreme Court, 2 former Judge of the High Court, as well as 2 more members are there, those are having the good experience, especially related to these communities, as well as having the good knowledge related to law and order of SC and STs. They all are the member of this commission that is known as NHRD. National Commission, which is going to look after the issues related to SC and ST. So this you should keep in mind, that who are the members and how this commission is going to look after the issue related to SC and ST. Next, seats also reserved in Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha for their representation. Yes, not only my dear student in government job, even elections also, maybe the elections are of Lok Sabha, yeah, Vidhan Sabha, we can say legislative elections are going on. In Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha election also, seats are reserved for the SC and ST. Like for example, if you will see today, so approximately 87 seats are there, they are for SC. 44 seats are approximately reserved for the ST. Means right now 87 and 44 seats are there out of total 45 seat of Lok Sabha. You will see this 87 and 44, approximately we can say 24.4% seats are there. They are reserved for SC and ST only. Next, free coaching and training is also given to the student. If they want to take the coaching related to any of exam, we can say they want to prepare for any exam, maybe IAS, IPS, yeah, any police, as well as for teacher, patwar, whatever it is there. So for those SC and ST candidates, if they are there, they want to take the training, that is also free of cost, and free coaching also provided to them without taking any money, so that they can prepare well and they can appear in the exam and they can get the selection. Next provision, no person belonging to SC and ST can be prevented from entering any temple, public places, restaurants and hotels. You know well, my dear student, why these all provisions are there? Because earlier they, as people belongs to SC and ST, they people are totally prevented to enter in the temple. They are not allowed to enter in the temple. They are not allowed to go in public places. Restaurants, hotels are also prohibited for them. But now the government has totally declared and cleared this thing, that the candidate who belong to SC and ST, they cannot be prevented to enter in any temple, restaurant, hotel, yeah, whatever public places are there. They are also having the equal right and opportunity to enjoy of all these places. So if anybody is try to prevent them to enter in these public places, definitely that person will be somewhere involving in these kind of offense, and then the punishment will be there. Next, my dear student, provisions for the free textbook for SC and ST for medical and engineering courses. You all know very well, if anyone want to pursue in kind of medical courses as well as engineering courses, whatever the textbooks are there related to these high courses, they are too much costly. The cost is very high. So for this, the government have decided, and one provision is also there, that whatever textbooks are there, especially for SC and ST, if they are going with the medical courses, if they are going for engineering courses, so these textbook will be also provided them free of cost. Now you can think, my dear student, see how many facilities are there. That books also free. Not only in school, even whatever the textbook related to high courses is there, they are also free of cost for the student who belong to SC and ST category. Next and last, we can say vocational training. Vocational training means, my dear student, training related to employment, we can say related to job. This kind of training, that with the education they should be given a training so that they can get the employment easily. See, it is there that especially first we have to complete our graduation, then after we appear for any kind of exam, then we got the selection, then after we can get the employment. But the government decided this, that the people, especially students belong to SC and ST, with the education they should be given the vocational training. So with the education they should have this kind of special skill that they can go for any job, like kind of as an electrician, we can say plumber is there, and carpentry is also the part of this. Different kinds of mechanical job is also there. Some other kind of skill are also there. We can say that they should not move here and there after completion of their education. Their education must be based on the employment process. So for this, the vocational training is also given, especially in the tribal areas, the areas where school is not there. So they are going to set up the educational institution there also, because they know very well that tribal people are living in forest and it's not possible that the people can go in the we can say school. Why? Because the schools are very far for them. So simply for this, the governments are going to establish a different kind of educational institutions. The tribal people are provided the vocational training also, so how they can earn their livelihood. This kind of training is also given especially to tribal peoples in the forest areas. And some different kinds of other, we can say, institutions are also set up to improve the literacy level among the tribals as well as SC and ST. See my dear student, right now I can't say, but in the beginning, especially SC ST peoples are there, they are not able to get the proper education because of their weak situation. Finally the literacy level was very low, we can say, in SC and ST. But after the different all provisions as well as the different institutions also established, vocational training also provided by the government to them. Right now, because of the all efforts of the government, we can say the literacy rate is there between among in SC and ST and OBC, that is very good, very high, we can say. They are having the equal status in society as well as they are having the equal employment in the government job. At public places they are treated well as we can say. Right now, if you will see, you will not able to find who belongs from SC, who belongs from ST. Why? Because they are just like us. So simply we can say that because of all the efforts of the government, right now the condition of marginalized communities in our society, in our country, is a very nice and excellent one, and this credit goes to our government as well as the people. Those are somewhere busy and involving in the framing of a constitution, that really they have taken the cause of the marginalized communities of the society. So this is regarding marginalized communities. Here all the provisions are there in front of you. I hope you understood. Even any doubt related to SC, ST and OBC is there, you can ask me. Feel free regarding any doubt, my dear student. Now by this topic only, there is the end of this section 2. After this I am going to share the complete solution. Please do that solution in your fair notebook in neat and clean handwriting, and go for the reading for the next chapter that we are going to discuss in our next lecture. Till, keep revising, keep learning, keep doing, and keep asking whatever the doubts and queries are there. Thank you. Have a nice day.